involved in the music industry, just kind of like in the background, uh, like just from managing artists. I didn't write
Telling
for
people
people. I
about
mean, I
the
used to hang
first
around my
EP that
boys.
you released, because again, you put together a body of work. I've been in the studio with you, making a couple of those songs, and like I said, just seeing it come to fruition, I'm just like, oh wow, this guy's really taking this thing serious. But just telling people,
instead of waiting for the, you don't got to sit there and kiss ass to the labels trying to get them to give you a bad loan deal, with 60%
this guy's
interest, something
hilarious.
crazy. Yeah.
But listen, we going big. One thing I know that we've been putting in the work, everything that we've been speaking, is we've been working on, like I said, 10 plus years.
Yeah.
And just seeing how both of us, like you said, we not the same.
And then we can go to the desert, man. We get active in Vegas, we get active in Phoenix. But outside of the US, I'll probably say like somewhere
They
like
shy,
Monaco,
they might not
Italy.
be bubbly, and in the music you got to be a little bit more outgoing with the fans and all kinds of things like that, and confidence definitely plays a role. So how can other artists,
Music,
how
man,
you guys doing today? This is Shaquille Cooper. I'm here with DC Sniper. How you doing today, man?
What's going on, man? We out here
Finally, it's been a while. We've been talking about getting on the podcast for a while, and today we decided to do it. I knew DC for 10 plus years, and I've been able to see the whole journey. And today we just wanted to give him an opportunity to share his background, how he started doing music, because I remember him when he was doing party promotion. We started off in the network marketing business together. So just being able to see his growth throughout these years and now doing music, today we just want to give you an opportunity to share your background. How you doing today?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here. What's the question?
What you been working on, man? Tell the people what you been working on. How did you start doing music? Because I know you from doing.
To be honest, man, I always been involved in the music industry. Just kind of like in the background. Like just for managing artists. I didn't wrote for people. I mean, I used to hang around my boys in the studio all the time and help them come up with lines for songs, and it just always came natural for me. Like I was a dude at the house parties and we would just put instrumentals on and I would just put on the show, have everybody, I'll literally like start freestyling, have everybody locked in to every word I'm saying. So like I knew I had that talent and that gift, but it wasn't until recent until I'm just like, man, what am I waiting on? You ain't getting no younger. Like, you already kind of you popping already. Like you just that's a smooth transition for me, So but yeah, it's always just been something I always wanted to do. It's something I've been doing since I was a kid. Like I mean, I'm talking like in elementary, middle school, I got probably videos of me just freestyling at the lunch table. I was one of them kids. Like, that's always been in me. It's in me, not on me.
What age you started freestyling, or did you started writing or freestyling first? Which one do you start
Man,
doing?
I'm a freestyler. I just started. I always wrote, but like I could still freestyle too. I really could do both, dynamic duo, best of both worlds. But like for me, I prefer writing more now lately just because I can remember what up my lyrics, Because when I freestyle, I might say the same thing over and over and not know, But at least if I wrote something down, I can commit it to memory a lot better. No, I just always had that confidence, like, man, give me the mic, I'll rock out right now. Like, that's just always been me, like. But the first song I ever recorded, my boy Ghost, he has a studio in his crib. Shout out to my boy Ghost, man. Um, I did a song called Jiggy. It's a funny song. Maybe one day y'all might hear it. I don't know, but that was the first song I ever recorded, and I literally like I think I wrote that like around the pandemic time, and just randomly like yo like I want to get in the studio and just mess around, and then I did that, and then fast forward a few years, I'm damn near like 50, 60 songs in just a few months, and I'm really like taking this serious. So it's fun, man. Like music is therapeutic. It's just an outlet, to express yourself creatively, and I feel like you know I'm in a space in my life where I don't really care what people think, Like people ask me why I never pursued music back then, but I think the main reason I never really pursued it is because, I wasn't in that mental space where I didn't care what people think. Now I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
When you get money, you start caring what
You know
people
what I'm
think.
saying? Now I don't care. Like, what I mean? Back then it was just really just fear, So, my message to people is like, man, whatever is in your heart that you want to do, go after it, man. Who cares what people think? Just go for it. shoot your shot like a sniper, man. Don't miss. Just
Don't
go.
mess. And being from Houston, the Houston music culture is different from the type of music that you make. So just tell the people how, being from Houston created that unique sound that you got today.
um, I mean, I feel like I get a lot of influence, just because Houston is rich in culture. I'm Nigerian. My family's Nigerian. My parents are Nigerian. I was born in Houston, so like, being in nightlife, you kind of get soaked into like everything. Like I got the chance and opportunity to work with a lot of artists, just booking them for shows and club appearances. So like I feel like I've been around a lot of it, and like I said, I managed artists. I worked with artists behind the scenes. So I think just being around all that creativity and culture and different walks of life, that kind of like kind of molds into what you hearing now. But I'll say like my music is heavily influenced by the West Coast. That's just West Coast got a special place in my heart. So whenever I'm there, I'm just like, man, I love it. So I kind of like that free spirited, just cool, smooth, just you just doing your thing. You just popping it in a major way.
So if you was to name a couple of the artists that influence your style, if you just give us five, who would it be?
I'll say Drake for sure. I'll say Drake. I'll say Gunna. Um, who else would I say? Big Sean. I like Big Sean. J. Cole. And who's another artist that I kind of, I like Young Nudie. Young Nudie, he kind of I like his flow on a lot of stuff. So, just naming random artists that I listen to. But honestly, it's a compilation of like so many artists I can't even. It's like for me, it's like a spiritual experience sometimes. So like I'll be pulling stuff from my subconscious that I didn't even know. And I'll listen to the lyrics later. I'm like, damn, I'll be connecting lyrics to memories from years ago or just random stuff that I've seen or witnessed. So it's like my brain is operating on a whole nother frequency when I'm in that mode. But I pull from everything. So I listen to all kinds of music, hip hop, R&B, Afro beats. So like I'm a big music consumer. Like before like streaming services was a thing, like I literally my first laptop from high school, I probably have over like 50,000 songs that I've downloaded back in the LimeWire days.
LimeWire.
Yeah, shout out to
If
LimeWire,
you know, you
man.
know.
But like I'm a big music consumer. Like if I'm doing any task, I always have music on in the background. I don't even like the house quiet. Like I gotta have some music playing in the background. So I consume an ungodly amount of music.
So when people listen to your music, what do you want them to feel? When they listen to they turn on your music, you want to party? Do you want to
I
just
mean,
chill
I
out?
got a few party records, but mine is I'm more of a smooth, laid back dude. So like a lot of my music is kind of laid back. I do have some tracks where I'm like, a little hype, but it really just depends on the mood. Like just feel good, have fun, just hey, pop your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And growing from, like you said, being a promoter to now doing music, what's your vision for the actual music? Because now you got a chance to see how things kind of work on the inside. Because being an artist, you need promoters to book you and things like that. So how have that been able to help you when it comes to doing the music? Because me personally, I watch you go from doing that to producing your first EP, and you did that in a few months. Most people, it take them years to start doing music and then actually produce a quality work of art, and you was able to do that. So was that any type of way that helped you with doing that?
Um, I guess you could say like just having experience and know how to, I guess, promote. Marketing is my background. So like I just always know how to promote something. So like obviously now I'm promoting myself. All those other years, I've been promoting other people, other businesses, other artists. So, self promotion it just comes naturally. Just something that it just comes to me. Yeah.
So what are some of the goals that you do have for the music business? Think about it. You want to own a Grammy one day. You want to start doing acting.
I
What's your
mean,
actual
to be
vision for the
honest,
music?
I'm open to whatever. Like I do want to get into acting in the near future. That's something I want to get into. But as far as the music game goes, I just want to take it as far as I can take it. Like I want to watch. I'm a big movie watcher. I love watching movies. So like, I want to have my music on a hot movie. Like that's what I want to. I want to be able to go into the big screen and be like, yo, that's DC song right there. You know what I'm saying? Like so just taking it as it comes, man. Like I just take it one day at a time and just really just keep putting in the work. And sometimes when you put the work in, it makes a way for you. You know, doors open up when you put the work in, and you doing right. So that's just my main thing. I'm just gonna keep putting the work in, and let doors open up. You know.
Who's some of the artists that you always vision yourself working with?
Man, I want to work with everybody, man. Like, hey, listen, if you got some hot stuff, I like your sound, I like your vibe, let's work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got work ethic. That's my main thing. That's how I was able to put a project together in such a short period of time. Cause like, once I'm locked in on something, I just lock in and just go, So like, hey, if you got some hot stuff and I like it, like, I don't care if you local, I don't care where you at in the world, we can work. Send me the track. I'm hopping on it, I'm going crazy.
So let's tell
Right?
the people about the first EP that you released, because again, you put together a body of work. I've been in the studio with you, making a couple of those songs, and like I said, just seeing it come to fruition, I'm just like, oh wow, this guy's really taking this thing serious. But just
Yeah.
tell the people about your first EP.
I mean, my first EP, Welcome to the Upside, long story short, one of my good friends from like back in the day when I was, partying like a rock star, um, he moved back to Houston recently, probably like, within the last year, and we kind of reconnected. And he's always been doing music. I knew he was doing music back then. He's still doing music now. But he had a studio at the crib. So I'm like, it just started off as just like a one-time thing. Like, hey, let's just kick it. We ended up doing a song. The song was dope. We had a lot of chemistry. And then for one song, we ended up doing like damn near 15 songs together. So at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm sitting on all this music. I'm like, bro, what we gonna do? We gonna have to put something out at this point, because we on some, what's his name? French Montana and what's that dude name? Max
Max
B.
B,
We on a
Wavy.
we on the wave right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Like we just locked in, and we just kind of mesh create creatively, and it helps that we already kind of had a lot of history. So shout out to my boy 10K, man. 10K got 10Ks in the trunk. Don't mess around.
And just being able to see the journey again, like I said, just seeing these things happen. The other day we went to an event, where now we're learning more about the business side of the music business. How
Yeah.
important do you think it is for artists to learn about the actual music business and not just the music? Because most artists, they love the music, but there's also that business side where you also have to take heed to.
Yeah, I'm a businessman. So like for me, I look at business as a sport. I'm a former athlete. So like I look at business as a sport. So if you're gonna play the sport, man, you gotta learn the rules of the game and play accordingly, So I feel like if you're taking this music stuff seriously, then it will be in your best interest to understand how the business works. And if you don't care to understand how the business works, you need to have somebody on your team who understands how this business works. That way you can monetize off your intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I look at it.
So you were to give tips to some new artists about the things that you've learned so far throughout your journey, what would it be?
Man, I ain't got no tips. I ain't got a hit yet.
You ain't got a hit. Hey, listen, man, this guy got hits. I don't know what he talking about.
I ain't got no tips.
Most of the songs that he
I mean,
make,
I got a hit, but it ain't a hit yet.
it ain't a hit yet,
Yeah,
but we got
yeah,
some hits,
yeah. We got hits in the vault for sure.
We got some hits.
But
So
me personally, I'm a humble dude. I don't think I'm in a position to give anybody no tips about what they should be doing. I just think if this is what you want to do, I mean, just work on your craft, put in work. Like, I mean, I record every week. I got a studio at the crib. I record every week. So I feel like if you're really trying to take this seriously, I think you should really be, you know, just like you gotta have clips. I feel like your songs, your lyrics, your musics, everything you're doing, that's like bullets. You never know where you're gonna get an opportunity to shoot. So just be prepared and be ready. So just stay in the studio, all that partying and want to do all that. Yeah, you gotta go shoot your content. Music is a lot more complex than it was back in the day. Back then you could just do your music and you had your team. But now, like, you damn near gotta be an artist, content creator, marketing guru, social media guru. Like, you damn near gotta do some acting, some
you
skits,
gotta do some TikTok
some
dances.
dancing. Like, you gotta do a lot more now with the music. You know what I'm saying? But just have fun with it. Have fun with it. Get a team together. Get some people that rock with you, that believe in your vision, and go to work. It's real simple.
So just to piggyback off of that, I want you to tell them about the work, because at the end of the day, it's work. Being in the studio late at night, like you could be sleep, but sometimes, like say, you spending hours in there. Just tell people the actual work that it takes to actually produce something of quality work. Because I've seen you do it with my own eyes, so I know it didn't happen overnight. I know that you've been putting in the work.
Um, I mean, it's not work to me. It's fun. I enjoy it, so I don't look at it as work. But because and the way you doing it honestly really just boils down to your why. Why you doing it? So, but I mean, for me, it ain't work. I just have fun with it, and if this is what you have fun doing, just do it. Because it's like the way it's something fun is something that you could put time into, and you ain't getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's a passion where you can really just do it and you ain't even made a dime, but it's like playing ball. Like we was all playing ball, and ain't none of us got paid nothing to play, but we just do it for the love of the game. So, obviously one day you want to make money doing what you love, but if I get blessed in the opportunity to be, on a major, level, then that's a blessing. But that's the goal.
That's the goal. I
Because if
mean,
I'm playing the sport, I want to win. I want to compete. So yeah,
and talk about like a catalog. Why is it important? Again, like you said the more clips you have, and that's basically your catalog. Tell
yeah.
people why it's important to have a large catalog when you're doing music. Because some people, they might do one song, two songs, and if that song take off, then they stop. But in order to be super successful, most artists that have the biggest catalog ultimately makes the most money.
I mean, you just give your fans more opportunities to fall in love with your sound. So I feel like if you have a good catalog you keep putting in this, like it just boils down to the work. Like if you putting in the work, then you just got more opportunities to do stuff with it. Like you could have a song that end up on a video game, a movie. They might use it, it might end up being a club anthem. And you just never know where, music can take you wherever, like at that event, there was a dude talking about how he was in the Philippines, he was in Japan, you know, and I ain't never heard of bro. He from Houston, but he traveling and he's selling out. I don't care if you sold out a show with 50 people, man. Like, if you got 10 people in a room singing your song word for word, you won. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you gotta look at it like that because you actually won. You got one person that's somebody that actually supports what you're doing. So who cares if you got a platinum plaque or you got all the clout? Like, man, if you got your tribe, you got people that rocking with you, they will pay your bills. Literally.
Literally,
You
they'll
know
pay your
what
bill.
I'm saying?
So, again, like I said, just seeing you change throughout the years, man, and doing business. And also, I just watch you just grow a lot. Like you said, you went from partying, always in the club, to now, like you said, you ain't going out unless you getting paid.
Yeah.
You're not just like you actually locked in with doing this. But most importantly, what's the reason why? What's your why? What
Um,
gives you the drive to actually keep pushing and doing it? Because you just mentioned that you got to have a big why. So tell the people why you want to do this.
I mean, I look at it like I have a motto in life. Anything worth doing should be done well. So I feel like anything I attach my name to, anything I put time and energy into, I want to be the best at it. Like I want to succeed at it. So it's just more of like a mindset. That's just my mindset. Whatever I do, I want to be the best. So in order to be the best, you got to put the work in. So I just look at it like that.
And I know you got a next project coming together. Tell the people about that.
Sniper Nation project, first solo project, man.
Tell them about Sniper Nation. What is Sniper
I
Nation?
mean, Sniper Nation is just something I just started saying in songs, really, until it became a thing. You know what I'm saying? I just started saying it in songs. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you support the wave, you support what I'm doing, you rocking with me, you part of Sniper Nation. Welcome. The General salutes you. You know what I'm saying?
This guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
But listen, we going big. One thing I know that we've been putting in the work, everything that we've been speaking, is we've been working on, like I said, 10 plus years.
Yeah, yeah.
And just seeing how both of us, like you said, we not the same people that we was,
Yeah,
and we
for
still
sure.
young and doing it.
I seen you going with the credit stuff, man. Yeah.
We've been doing credit
And
for a long
for a
time.
minute, man. Oh yeah, by the way, if you need your credit fixed, tap in with the gang. Credit gonna pay for the music until the music pay for the credit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's tell the people why credit isn't important in the
I
business,
mean, I think
because
I think if you're an artist, sorry to
you
cut
need
you
it. No,
off.
I'm just saying you need it.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like if you're an artist, you trying to get a deal and stuff, like, you got good credit, man, you can go get a business loan and you could fund a project from your music, instead of waiting for you don't got to sit there and kiss ass to the labels trying to get them to give you a bad loan deal, with 60% interest, something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's something that should be in interest of anybody as an aspiring artist. Get your credit right and get your LLC, put some trade lines on it, and build it up. It's not going to be overnight, but you do it the right way, and you put a good plan together, a good business model, and you find a way to monetize from what you're doing. I think you could at least give yourself a chance to do something big. So I think that's just a smart strategy. So that's why I'm always preaching good credit, good credit, good credit. Get your credit right,
Get your credit
and if
right.
it ain't right, come have a conversation with Shaquille. Come have a conversation with me, and we can get you started on that journey.
Yeah, no, that's very important because the other day we was at an event, a lot of people was like, what I learned from being on the outside in the music business is that people always want to beg somebody to invest in them. But I'm like, you could take some of that same money and invest in you instead of going to buy that jewelry right away. This is what I would do if I was an artist. Because I understand that credit work. At the end of the day, you go into the record label to get what? A loan. Give
Yeah,
your own self a loan. Fix your credit. Go work a job on the side, make enough money, buy you about 6 trade lines,
yeah,
get you a couple primary accounts, build your credit up, go to a credit union, get you a nice car. Now you can go get the brand new car, basically
yeah,
put no money down, riding good.
yeah.
It's building your credit, you're paying it off. And guess what? You go get another personal loan, get some more credit cards, and you just invest into yourself. Because now, guess what? You got ownership. Because
Yeah.
what's the point of doing all this work just to give it away?
Hey, preach. My boy is a
I'm just
reverend. Y'all,
saying.
y'all already know Shaquille Cooper is a part-time reverend, man. He preach credit. He's a
I've been
preacher.
I've been living it for a long
He's
time.
a preacher, man.
Right. Listen. Hey, that might be my new name,
He's a
the
preacher,
the preacher
man.
man. Just call me because I'm at the end of the day, I'm giving people game, man, and that's why
Yeah,
we've been able to do what we've been able to do throughout the years because we always share game with each other.
exactly. You
We
got
never held back game. If you got something that you can't, hey, bro, you need to do this. When I first started doing credit, you automatically been pushing it with me since day one, no question asked.
exactly. So
And then now, we've been able
hey,
to do things.
game recognized game, man. Like that's just what it is. Get some real partners around. A lot of y'all don't have no real partners. I got people to get together to go buy bottles, but I can't put together some bread to go run a play and get some money.
Tell them,
So
tell them
y'all,
why it's
hey,
important to have a good team and good people around you.
um, is imperative. I think it should be mandatory. You should have that standard of the quality of people you keep around you. I think that's and to I'm gonna look. I'm gonna tell you like I've had a lot of acquaintances. I still got a lot of acquaintances, and I'm way more vigilant. I'm way more strict on the type of people I keep around me in my inner circle than I ever been in my whole life because I know understand that how I was moving back then was based on the dudes and people I was running with. So like now that I didn't cut all that down, I could see things a lot more clear and I got a lot of people that keep me on track. So like, yeah, it's important. Keep some good people around you that don't keep no yes man. You might need one or two yes men, but don't keep nothing but yes man. Because you need somebody to hype you up, but you need somebody to tell you the truth
Tell you the
too.
truth, keep it real
For
with you.
sure.
Cause we're like night and day, but we're still the same. But that's why we've been able to click. Cause I got a couple homeboys, but most of them, like you said, they ain't really locked in with you. They ain't gonna keep it real, and they ain't gonna stay down when it's going up, or they ain't gonna stay down when it's down. It's been the same
Exactly.
throughout. When we made a lot of money together, when we didn't make a lot of money together, nothing changed.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't know how this podcast stuff work, man. What's the next question? What we doing? Talk about what we talk
Hey
about.
man, just talk to the people. It's
What
just
we talk
we just
about?
talk about
I know you
everything,
got a list
man.
of questions, man. Hit me with them. I'm afraid to fire away like a sniper, man.
So name
Boom.
some of the 5 places that you want to travel to and do music in the world, not just in America, in the world. It could be Dubai, it could be London, it could be, Jamaica. What's your top 5 places that you want to go and perform?
Man, to be honest, I ain't never thought about this
Just give us
before.
5. Just give us 5.
You know, I mean, I want to do music in Miami. I definitely gotta have that vibe for sure. Like just the whole vibe of Miami. It's crazy. I've never been to Miami.
We call it
I
Skyami.
I never been to Miami. I've been everywhere on the west. I ain't never been nowhere on the east.
Hey,
So I think it's time to take my talents to the east side. You feel
hey,
me? But yeah, for sure Miami. For sure LA. Um, for sure New York. I definitely want to go get active in New York. Um, and then we can go to the desert, man. We get active in Vegas. We get active in Phoenix. But outside of the U.S., I'll probably say like somewhere like Monaco, Italy, um, you know, Croatia, like just some real player cities where, go to Spain, catch a vibe, and just cook up. You know what I'm
And you've
saying?
been there before. Why? What's so special about Spain? Tell them about your
Man,
experience going to
that
Spain.
it's I mean Italy, but
Italy. Hey, you
Italy,
went to a couple different countries while you was over
yeah,
there.
but it's a whole different culture, man. Like I think you're just soaking in the culture, and it's kind of interesting to see how they respond to our type of music. Like listening to hip hop is a lot different than listening to it in Europe than it is in the U.S. because they respond to us differently. A lot of times, especially like certain countries where they speak mainly French or they speak German or whatever language they speak, like they don't understand what the hell we talking about. Like I got a song called Sunday Funday where I'm literally paying homage to the Houston Sunday Funday culture. And like I got streamers in Japan running the numbers up and I'm like, man, y'all don't know nothing I'm talking about. But you know what it is?
The vibe.
They like the melody. The melodies is what get them. Like that's why I resonate with Gunna so much because Gunna is somebody I consider to be a melodic artist. Somebody like Don Toliver is a melodic artist, and I resonate with them a lot because I feel like music got to give you a certain vibe. Like, yeah, it's cool to be lyrical, and to be honest, I can be very lyrical. I got songs where I'm very lyrical, but the songs I have the most fun with are the melodic songs. Like when I'm just like, never leave Houston. Houston on a Sunday, started up at brunch. Like that's just I'm just having fun. You know what I mean?
You got any international artists that you would like to collaborate with?
I want to do something with Central C. Shout out to boy Cinch, man. I want shout out to Dave too. I want to cook up with him. Another artist I probably don't know about AJ Tracy. He go crazy. I like him. We could honestly. I'm ready to go to UK and cook up. So anybody on social media is cool with their team. Hey, tell them to tap in, man. Always ascending DCS. Email me right now. Let's work.
Hey, UK. I've never been to the UK, but I always
Yeah,
thought about going to London. You been to London before?
yeah, it's cool, man. We got it. Yeah, yeah.
Tell them we going international.
Hey, like I said, we worldwide.
We
Sniper
going
Nation
worldwide
to the
this year,
world,
man.
for
I'm
sure.
excited. So it's spring break in Houston, man. You been outside?
Nah, I've been locked
You
in. I've
locked in
been I've
working?
been trying to get this project ready, get it ready to drop hopefully by the end of this month or
Let's
early
talk about the
April.
solo album that you got coming out. Tell the people more about it, the name, and
Sniper Nation.
Sniper Nation.
I'm really just showing my versatility on this project. I think, I'm giving some more sauce because it's like, I was getting my feet wet upside, but now I'm like, you know what I'm
Comfortable with
saying?
it.
The water's at past my ankles now, you know what I'm saying? We getting in there, you know? But no, this project is fun, man. I got some fun tracks on there and I can't wait for people to hear it, man. Like, it's gonna be dope for sure.
How many tracks you got on there?
I'm keeping it to a 10 piece. I had about like a lot to choose from, but I'm gonna give y'all a cool 10. You know what I'm saying? I can't overfeed the people. I gotta give them a little brisket, let them have a little slice, and they gonna beg for more.
So
But
basically, you're
nah,
saying you're just more confident now with the music.
yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm coming into my own, swag and sound, and the confidence. You definitely gonna hear the confidence on the new tracks, and you gonna feel me. You
How
know what I'm
important is
saying?
it to have confidence?
Confidence is everything. Is everything. If you don't, that's what sells it. I could sell you something right now, but if I don't say it with no confidence, you ain't gonna believe it.
So if you was to say with confidence, right? What are some of the things to be able to help artists get more confident? Because like some people they know how to do music, but they shy. They might not be bubbly, and in the music, you got to be a little bit more outgoing with the fans and all kinds of things like that. And confidence definitely plays a role. So how can other artists, because with you, like you said, you leveled up your game. You change your drip up. You looking like money. You smelling like money. That's very important, and it helps with your confidence because you do how you feel.
Yeah. Um, I think it's something that comes from within. And I think is self awareness, personal development. Those things can build your confidence up because everything starts from within. It's all here.
Singing is not on you.
Your own personal self-image, how you view yourself. Like, you know, I feel like once you get your mind right, everything comes together. But you gotta get your mind right first. You gotta get your mind right on who you are and be confident in that, and be able to just stand on it and just present yourself as such.
And with the studio, what type of vibe you like in the studio when you're making music? Do you like a lot of people? Do you like it quiet? Like, what's your vibe
I
in the
mean, to
studio?
be honest, I like putting on a show. So if there's people there, I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna act the whole donkey. But
It's a character in real life.
you know what I'm saying. But sometimes I just like it quiet, man. I just there solo. Like yesterday, I was up to like 4 or 5 in the morning, like just messing around in the studio, and I had a blast. Just me, myself, and I. So it just depends. Sometimes I have some of my partners come through and we just kick it, vibe, and I cook up, or sometimes I'm solo. It really just depends on the day and the mood.
I like the music though, man. The music is definitely a vibe, but like I said, I just watch you go in there and come out
And
something
look,
like
hold
I
on, wait, wait,
can't even
wait.
believe it.
So he said the music is a vibe. It's my man's right here. It might be biased, I don't know. But like out of all the songs that you heard me do so far, like what would you say the song that sticks out to you the most that you vibe with, or that you want to see a visual to, or something like that you heard it, you're like, man, this go crazy.
Elevate.
Elevate.
Yeah. I listen to that song probably the most on the album.
For sure, for
you
sure.
know. But all of them is a different vibe. Sunday fun day, that's you want to party, you want to get the party going. I
Yeah,
mean, all of them, you want to turn up in it's a different vibe for everything. So that's why, I've had a lot of friends that do music, but I'm not gonna get behind the rah rah bang bang shoot them up. But if it's something that's good and I can see potential, it's like, oh yeah, like if he's doing this brand new, imagine where some real work behind the scenes.
yeah,
Where
yeah,
can he
yeah,
actually be? Because you're more of an international artist. You can't just box you in to Houston, America. You're a global artist. You're not just like a rapper. So just hearing your type of music, for me, I can see it being played all across the world and
yeah.
not just, DC and Houston. So with doing music, what's your next video that you're gonna drop?
I'm still deciding right now, but you can expect the visual within the next few weeks. Listen. I'm promising my Sniper Nation people. I'm giving y'all a video this month. We had some complications last month, so I didn't get the visual, but y'all gonna get one this month. By end of March, we gonna have a video out. And I want to be honest, the next video I do, I want to do like just have a lot of my friends in it. I think I want to have a video where I got like a lot of my people in there. So that's coming soon too as well. So, but I think it'll just be fun. When you have videos, you can see they player partners. I want my player partners, my little eyes come through. We're gonna catch the
Hey,
vibe
it's
on
gonna be a
on cam
movie.
because we make movies already, but we gonna make a movie. You feel me?
Make a movie in real life.
Yeah.
So what's something about the music business that people don't see that you've been able to see? Like just anything. Like
Uh,
you can give them a little something, man. You gotta give them all the game, but just, give them a little something, something.
what's the question again?
What's something about the music industry that most people don't see behind the scenes? Like the politics, just some of the things that, like you can kind of give a little warning, like, hey, get in the business. You're gonna have
Man,
the politics with the DJ. You're gonna have to talk to, the person that owned the club and things like that. Like, what's just some of those things?
man, to be honest with y'all, this shit expensive as hell.
Cost money to make money.
Man, it's expensive. Like, you don't really take into account how much different things you got to spend money on. But I say the money, it's not cheap. And I'm grateful to have good credit. I'm grateful to have good supporters around me. But it's expensive, man. And I guess the second thing will just be being overlooked. I think, I know I've heard people say this in other podcasts and stuff, but it's true though. Like I think the number one thing is just um being able to withstand being overlooked for a period of time, because every artist you hear now was once upon a time a no art a
No name.
unknown artist. Like, you
Nobody
know
knew
what
what
I'm
he was.
saying? Once upon a time, Drake had 10 fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe it or not, once upon a time, the Drake that you know today, he had just his close friends. That was his fans, his close friends and homies that he grew up with, to being global to where he at. So I feel like to just put things in perspective, everybody started off at zero. So And it's a beautiful journey, like, embrace it. You know what's the saying? They say, "Trust the process." Just trust the process, man. Like, if you're listen, you put in the work, your stuff is hard, it's hitting, it's gonna catch traction. It's not about if it's gonna catch traction, it's about more like a win. But if you stay on the train long enough, you'll be able to see that through. But if you jump off the train too early, then I guess we ain't never gonna know.
Never
We
gonna
ain't
know.
never, I don't know.
So what do you think matters most in the business, the music business, talent or marketing? Because some people are not the most talented, but they got the machine pushing them, and they end up becoming talented. But what do you think
Um,
mostly important?
I think in today's age, what pushes it, I think, is attention. Being able to garner attention, that is the number one currency in today's day and age right now is attention, 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 attention. Attention is like currency today. So, like literally, like if you find a way to get a lot of attention, you gonna make some money. You don't have to be that talented. You gotta just be able to get attention. I don't care if you gotta walk around butt naked and streak. Like
You're gonna
you
get
gotta do
attention.
something to get some attention, but once the spotlight's on you, you better have something for us to, that's hard. If
Mhm.
not, we gonna forget about you tomorrow.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
that's
think
funny you said that though, because I remember the baby when he came out, he was walking around I think Southwest wearing a diaper. And it's like, who this grown big old baby wearing a
that's
diaper? But
crazy.
look what happened. It caught attention and then he blew up. So again, I've seen some of these things happen. People do things for attention, then you pay attention and you're like,
Yeah,
oh man, who is this person? And then, they blow up. So man, it's good just being able to learn so much about the music business. I always tell myself, I'm not an artist, but sometimes I get motivated. Man, I might actually want to drop an EP this
hey
year.
man, y'all. Shaquille said he told me in pride and confidence. I don't know if I'm
You
allowed to
know,
say this.
I'm gonna do it.
He told me he said he gonna hop on the track at
I
some
might.
point this year.
I might just
We
want to talk. I want to talk.
we gonna see. I might have him do an ad lib or something. Maybe he gonna have him preach about credit or something. I
Hey,
don't know.
listen, we gonna make that happen this year,
The
man.
preacher man.
They got me behind the mic today, and I like doing podcasts, man. It's always
Yeah,
good to just get
for
behind the
sure.
camera and just share your journey with people. So for you,
Exactly.
just tell me more about what's your plans with this, man. Like what we want to do with Sniper Nation. Like,
Sniper Nation
what's the vision
podcast.
for
I
it?
mean, the vision is all things music, man. I want to talk about what's hot right now. We could just pop culture and music. We're gonna talk about what's popping. Um, talk about what I'm working on, what I'm doing. But more importantly, just the music culture and just what's going on right now. That's lit.
And moving forward, when we go, let's say we start traveling the world, what are some of the things that you want people to be inspired by with your music once you start traveling and things like that? Like, just how's your way of, just inspiring other people?
I think it's just a story. I mean, people don't really care about your story till you make it. So when you make it, it's a story. Like, man, I ain't nobody special. Like, I'm just a kid from Houston that had a dream, just like a gazillion other kids. But if you can make your dream a reality, then you're a superhero to them. So,
What was your dreams before music?
I mean, my dream has always been to win
Oh, it's been a win.
in whatever I'm doing. You
As
know what
long
I'm
as you
saying?
win.
Yeah, just win, get buckets. You know what I'm
Talking
saying?
about buckets, man. I still gotta school you on the court,
Hey
man.
man, this dude been talking about
I've been
hooping.
talking about hooping.
I ain't
Listen,
seen bro ain't seen me on the court not
I'm
once.
AI,
Bro been
man.
talking about, oh yeah,
Listen,
seeing a little footage of him doing a little shot,
they
making a
be
little, I'm like,
sleeping on
okay,
me.
bro got a little shot, he doing a little something,
They be
yeah,
sleeping on me.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, nah, we gonna do it one day, man. Matter
yeah,
of fact, we gonna put we go to Miami one day.
yeah,
We gonna play in the Yams, man.
he gonna play in the yams. Hey, this dude is a wild guy.
Listen,
He wanna go play in the
go
yams.
play. Listen, if you know
Man.
anything about
He said
Miami,
nutty
man.
nutty boy.
Listen, I love Miami. I love Miami. I
I
love
wanna go play
Miami.
around in the yams.
When do you plan on going to Miami? Now that you be talking about it,
Oh,
when
I
you plan on
don't
going to
know,
Miami? We
man.
actually need to shoot a video in Miami.
Yeah, we damn near gotta go shoot something in my
Some on a yacht, get a yacht for the day.
yeah, yo, you know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
you know any Miami artists you want to collab with? Cause we want to start planting the seed
Man,
right
hey, I
now.
wanna collab with La Tyler.
Okay.
I wanna collab with Lo Shimmy. Lo Shimmy, I've been rocking with you, man. That's probably my new favorite artist right now. Like, as far as new favorite artist, I would say Lo Shimmy.
Yeah, Florida got some heat.
I watched him come up and like it's kind of cool to see that he's finally getting that recognition right now. It's like he's shining, and I love to see it, man. He a young kid. We like 25, 26.
25, yeah.
Yeah, so like Lil Tyler, same thing, young buck, but putting in work and he finally getting that recognition. So I love to see it, I love to
Who
see
else
it.
from Florida?
Um,
What about
that, that,
Kodak? I can see
I
with
mean, Kodak, cool. I rock with Kodak. I ain't listen,
he be
Kodak.
flowing.
Kodak, we could do some work too, man. Hey, you Sniper Gang, I'm Sniper Nation, so
Hey, we
we
come
could we could
together.
rock.
You
Hey,
know.
this the collab of the snipers.
Hey man, I can see that being a
Yo,
collab.
Sniper Gang and Sniper
Sniper Nation.
Nation.
I can see
Hey,
that.
ah,
We gonna put that out
yeah,
there. Listen,
yes,
Kodak, hit us up, man. We wanna work with
we
you.
gonna rock it, man, for real.
Sniper Nation, Sniper Gang.
Hey,
Hey man,
it's funny how I came up with the name though. That the story.
tell how you came up with the name,
So, because people,
the real story.
yeah, the real story about how I got the name DC Sniper, man. Because people say it's controversial, all that.
Tell the
And
people.
the crazy thing is, I heard about that story like back in the day, but like I ain't never really knew, like, paying no attention to it. But to be honest, I'm gonna tell y'all the story. This is how Sniper DC. I came. Everybody know me as DC Shad or just DC. That's my nickname. Everybody been knowing me that for years. Even when I was doing parties, I've been DC. But I think I was in the studio. I think we just did Sunday Fun Day. I just recorded Sunday Fun Day, and we're literally just like just trying to see. I actually had originally 3 verses on Sunday Fun Day, but we ended up cutting one of them out. But long story short, the studio that I was recording Sunday Fun Day in, there was a dude next door that's an engineer, and he came in to go talk to the guy that's my engineer. And he just like listened in on the session, so I'm just like excited. I'm
Turned up.
lit. I'm turned up. So I'm like, yo, listen to my song, like, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, I think I was stuck on one verse. Like I was one verse I was working on, and he kept saying, like, "Man, you gotta find that perfect pocket, like a sniper." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Why would he say that? That's so random." You know what I'm saying? So I go in the booth, and he tells me, like, man, he kind of just gave me a little tip, like, "Yeah, go in there and just you gotta feel it, and feeling it, just relax and just let it flow." So I go back in the booth, I do my line, and then, wow, he's like, "That's it right there, sniper, DC sniper." You know what I'm saying? So my engineer's like, that's your artist name. Because mind you, at this time, I did nights like this and I'm doing Sunday Fun. I didn't have an artist name. I didn't even know what I was gonna go by. I was just like, just literally just all this stuff happened organically. Like it wasn't like I planned it out this way. It's like we was just messing around in the studio. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go do this song. I was excited as a song I wrote, and I wanted to go knock it out. And I was having a blast. And so the dude gave me the nickname DC Sniper. So that's kind of how it came. Like, he's like, literally, I did a bar. He's like, man, you hit the pocket like a sniper. Because, as a sniper, you got to find the perfect pocket when you shooting from far distance. You know what I'm saying? So it was a kind of a long shot because I'm like, man, I'm going to try to say it like this. Like, yeah, just go in there, just feel it. And then as soon as I did, he yelled out DC Sniper. And then my engineer looked at me. I looked at him. I'm like, they actually don't sound bad together. Like,
Now we have
so
DC Sniper.
that's how the name came. So everybody wonder, like, how did you come up with the name DC Sniper? Why did you choose that name? This is why I chose it, because I feel like it's organic, and I feel like things that happen organically always make the best stories, and it's just cool.
How talk about being organic, and why being organic is important because everybody want to be like everybody, want to look like
Man,
everybody.
listen,
Why being organic
be
is important.
be yourself. Like, I just be me. You know what I'm saying? You do what works for you. I just do. I can only be me. You know what I'm saying?
And being you got you this far.
Yeah. You know.
That's good though, man. You give a lot of tips today. I think for a new artist going back and listening to this podcast, they can get something from it because everything that you talked about today, you actually done it.
Yeah, man.
You gotta give yourself a little bit more credit, man, because
Yeah, I'm living
we
what I'm
ain't been
talking
doing
about.
this for
Yeah,
many we done a lot.
yeah, we done a lot in a short period of time, but I think that just goes to show you the work ethic. If you have work ethic, you can literally accomplish a lot of things in a short period of time if you just had that work ethic.
And what's 5 of your best songs that you created so far? I know
Man,
your
all my
no,
songs
not in
hit.
any order, just your top 5 where it's just like if you meet someone, hey, I want you to listen to these top 5 songs.
Mm,
I know you got some.
to be honest, I just did a song. I just did a song like last week or a few days ago actually. It's gonna be on the Sniper Nation project. Is it gonna be on the project? The new song we just did? What's the song? One I just sent you.
Well, yeah, I think you
Yeah,
should
yeah,
definitely put that
yeah.
on there.
So I feel like that song was pretty fun. It was pretty dope. And Knock 'em Down. Y'all gonna love that song. Knock 'em Down is cool. Um, yeah, it's called "Fuck Around and Find Out." I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on this podcast. Well, I guess
I mean,
it's our
you can
podcast.
do
We
what
do
you
what we
want,
want.
but
Fuck around and find out. That's the name of the song, man. Goddamn.
I prefer not to curse. But you can do what
Yeah,
you want when you
no,
popping. You know,
yeah, but no, fuck around and find out. I say exceptional freestyle. That was a fun song too. I think I was really spitting on that song. And what other song? I can't think, man. This is how you know I've been working like crazy because I can't even think of all the songs I've done. But I'm just going off the most recent songs that I've done. Yeah, I
so
think.
so if someone was to give you $1 million right now, strictly for your music career, how would you invest it? Tell the people.
Um,
Cash, $1 million cash. They
tax
dropped it
is
off.
it tax free?
It's a million cash after taxes.
Okay,
How
after
would you invest it into your business?
top 5 things I'm doing.
No, just $1 million. What would you do with $1 million if you dropped it off to you
I
right now?
mean,
How would you invest in your music business?
I'm getting a state of the art studio built
Why? And then before you go into why having a state of the art studio is very
because
important.
I stated I feel like if music is what's going to multiply this million, then I need to have an environment and a place where I can curate the best possible, highest quality sound that I could possibly do. So, not saying you gotta have because I know big artists now, like there's so much technology these days. Like Drake records in open room settings. He can't tell you the last time he's been in the studio. Like, they be on the road. Gunna records open room settings. He'll be in the hotel and just in the hotel suite with the mic and just standing up and he'll go. So I'm not saying you gotta have like a state of the art studio to produce high quality sound, but I think just creating an environment where it creates a creative space where I can create and create with other creatives. So I think that'll be the main thing, investing in the
Studio number
studio.
one. What else?
Um, a good cameraman. Like you ready yet? I'm putting my cameraman. I'm gonna put him on salary. I'm like, hey, look, I'm gonna have a separate account. Hey, look, I'm gonna put you on salary because your cameraman is your biggest ally. Because he controls how you're viewed to the world. So I think investing in a cameraman is very imperative. Making sure he got a good camera, good equipment, and have a good solid cameraman.
Number three.
A marketing guru, just have like a creative consultant, somebody who's just very creative when it comes to marketing, put him on payroll too, because he gonna be the one who's gonna come up with dope ways to put out projects and promote what you're doing. So
I give us two more.
so we got cameraman,
Studio.
studio, marketing guru. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody who can make some dope ass merch, like a cold ass seamstress stylist type person to have you dripped out all the time. Like I feel like as an artist, you gotta stand out. So you gotta have somebody that can keep you dripped out. And then the fifth thing, I'll say a barber and a hairstylist.
Gotta keep the fresh. Gotta keep the
Hey
fresh
man,
cut.
they control everything. They part number one.
Listen,
Hey,
bro.
I'm gonna tell my barber, hey, look, you ain't got listen. Your job is to keep me fresh and my team fresh. I mean, whenever we pop out, I need everybody on the team got hair, got to be
I pay
fresh chop,
100 for a lineup.
fresh chop, man. Like you
100.
listen, you gonna get a yearly salary, and we on the road with it. I think with that team of people, we can conquer the world.
Yeah, it's real talk. Your barber is very important. I tell people,
you
if you
know,
got a bad barber, it's over. You
yeah,
gotta invest into your barber. Stop getting these
yeah.
$30. Listen, at least $100.
Hey,
If you still wanna,
hey, do what works for your budget. Don't listen to this.
hey
Like he
man,
rich,
listen.
he got money, so he talking about some $100, man. Listen.
Hey,
Don't
listen.
don't have these people. Listen,
I'm gonna give you a
do what
tip.
works for what works for your budget. Don't go
Hey
broke trying to
man,
be like Shaquille, give
go
$100
get you
to
that
your
$100
barber.
lineup, man. I learned a tip a long
You
time
know what I'm
ago. Tip
saying?
like a rich man. They say when you go to a new restaurant, hey, give tip $100 for the first time.
See this guy. See,
Listen, they gonna show you
you
love. I'm gonna
gotta
give you.
talk about some relatable stuff, man.
Hey, I'm just giving you a couple tips that work in all
Hey,
aspects.
man. But nah, though. Appreciate y'all listening, man. It's the first episode. We got a lot to look forward to. We're gonna be talking about different music topics, just all things entertainment, pop culture. And stay tuned for the Sniper Nation podcast next episode.
So what's next for the DC Sniper
Sniper
at the end of the
Nation
year?
mixtape. End of the year, I want to do a short film. That's project number 2. I want to be in a short film. Shout out to my boy Carter, man. He said we're gonna make this happen. We gonna see, you know.
And before we wrap it up, what the message do you want to give everyone watching and listening to this podcast?
Cause I look good.
This guy's a character.
Nah, man. I mean, if you like what we talking about and you can get some gems from what we talking about, I feel like we got a lot of gain to give, a lot of business tips, a lot of music tips, a lot of just tips in general. So a lot of useful information. Me and Shaquille, we garnered like a wealth of knowledge that could be beneficial to a lot of people that's aspiring to be an entrepreneur, an artist, just anybody that's trying to level up their life. You can get some free game, and it's entertaining. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna make you laugh, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I might tell you something that might spark something in your brain that's gonna make you run up another 100K, you know what I'm saying? Or run up another M, So
Get
yeah,
you in the 700 club.
exactly.
So yeah, thank you guys again. Look forward to being back on the next episode. Appreciate
Hey
you for coming
man.
out.
So to like, share, subscribe, hit that that subscribe button. Hit it right now if you like what you seeing, what you hearing. You feel me? And yeah, DC Sniper Music on the gram on all social media platforms. Let's get it.
Let's go. Shaquille Cooper, Credit Jump Solutions.
Don't forget to check out this week's episode of Sniper Nation Podcast, where we dive into the culture, music, and business shaping the game. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode when we drop.